All right, greetings, one and all. Welcome to this JBSB chat with one of our past participants, Casey Donaldson. Of course, Casey is telling me now that he entered JBSB as a part of the Bog Walk High School Band in 2015, but they won the competition in 2017. He was the band leader, was the lead vocalist also. So, yes, let's pick up the story now and let everybody know what was that experience like for you.
Well, I mean, the experience is a wonderful one. Greetings, I must say. I mean, to be honest, I found passion and love for music ever since singing at church, young man, Christian, growing up in the church, and you have your grandparents, and therefore, if you have grandparents, you live with them, you have to go to church. So, I mean, I found love in music ever since up till today. And my experience is very so far throughout all of my life, I should say, they're really good and I'm grateful for them. Yeah.
All right. We want you to talk specifically about your experience at JBSB that year when you won, when Bog Walk High School won the competition. What was that experience like?
Well, in a Raven, I mean, it was a very hard one, but we overcome anyway. Because I mean, back in the days for rehearsal, we have a limited amount of time rehearsal. Therefore, we know say our teacher, who is the president of the band, because I'm the co-president of the band. So
Okay, you're
knowing
talking
that
about Mr. Henry.
Mr. Henry, right, Mr. Henry, we had a limited amount of time for rehearsal because he was also the rugby team leader. He used to teach rugby in when we were in the competition, and therefore, I mean, we never rehearsed on our own without him being in the space for us to rehearse. So therefore, we have a limited amount of time. So it's like we rehearse one day out of the week, and when we don't feel satisfied, I mean, we want more rehearsal, but we can't get it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And we understand that. We understand that. But therefore, we kind of cuss here because it kind of bias we put we in a competition. And at the end of the day, give we enough attention that we need so we can, come better. You
Well,
understand?
if you never tell me that now, I would not know because trust me, I can still remember some of the performances that you guys gave on that stage at Edna Manley College. I
Oh
mean,
Lord.
you were awarded most outstanding performer, and believe me, over the years with the competition, you have to well good for the judges to say you are the most
You already.
outstanding performer. Yes, I remember that you connected with the audience. You managed the stage. Your stage presence was just
Yeah,
what
well, I mean, in a
power.
Raven, it's a
Tell,
vibe.
tell me how you managed to be able to execute like that from that time.
I mean, it's a vibe. Back in the days, me used to look in the mirror and sing. Therefore, if I can entertain myself through a mirror, I can entertain anybody, whether virtual or physical.
Mhm.
It's a vibe, it's a relationship that you need to keep with your audience, it's a connection that you need to feel, whether you are on stage or as we're speaking on live. It's a connection. And I mean, being on stage, nervousness are gonna hit you, yes. But then again, you have to push that aside and say, well, we come here to win. When we won, one of my best friend died. The same day for the first competition, the first when we came with the audition at Edna Manley, my friend on the Sunday was his funeral, and I said to myself, "Well, boy, since I was a dropout, I'm gonna do this so we can represent us because back in the days, all of us are musicians. So I mean, if me sing on stage, me represent Jamaica Best School Band because we won, and I'm representing Raven. So on the stage at Edna Monday, them would always say, oh, Edna Monday stage, a big stage. It's
Mhm.
always a big stage for people to perform on. And so Edna Monday is popular worldwide. Everybody from all angles come. Even look at John Mark right now. John Mark is at Enid Bennett and John Mark lives in Trinidad. I mean, Enid Bennett stage is one of the stages where it give me a push. It give me that feeling to want more in music, not just for the likes of it, but to love it entirely and share my, my talent, my gift, my ministry with others so people can feel as if they're a part of me. Understand? So I
Yes.
mean, Jamaica Best School Band has given me the push throughout all of that competition time there.
So is that where you decided that that is what you wanted to do professionally?
Well, I mean, I remember going out back in grade 9 before the competition and used to come home late from school, go home. I'm telling me about 14-year-old, I really loved music. I really have a passion for it. I knew how to connect with music than anything else. So my parents, my mom would cuss me and say, boy, Casey, you come home late. I'm gonna put you out because you're coming to my house too late. I'm not gonna appreciate that. And I mean, I said to her, I said, Mommy, well, this is what I want to do. And I mean, if you're gonna put me out, well, I guess me need to go find somewhere else to live. But this is what I want to do, and I won't stop doing it up till today. In grade 10, they want me to do electrical. I mean, electrical was the option for everybody because all three of my brothers play cricket, and two of them did mechanics. They did welding, and then this one did electrical. So they want me to follow in their footsteps, but I wanted to create a legacy of my own, not following in anybody's footsteps, but to do something that I will love and I will cherish. I mean, when we're in grade 10 and in terms of we do electrical, say not an electrical.
Yes, but speaking of
Music never do.
legacy and following in footsteps, you have a very famous uncle
Yeah.
who, is a legend in Jamaican music, the great, come remind me of his
Eric
name,
Donaldson.
the
Eric
great
Donaldson.
Eric Donaldson.
Yeah, man.
Yes, so I'm thinking with that your mom would have been easier on you. But anyways, fast forward a little bit, 2 years after that, you entered the Digital Rising Star competition and made it to the top 5. How was that experience for you?
Well, I mean, to God be the glory. And I keep saying it. To God be the glory, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even, get entered through the audition.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Rising Star experience was a really hard one. Harder than I tell you, say harder than Jamaica Best School Band, because the thing is that now you have to wake up early in the morning, Saturday morning, and you have to leave from Saturday morning and make sure you reach a television Jamaica studio at 10 o'clock. So that was kind of a a challenge for me, because back in the days when I got high school, I mean, couldn't bother to wake up 6 o'clock to go to school, 7:30 for reach the devotion at 8 o'clock. So it was a challenge for me. But I overcome. And I mean, the Rising Star experience has taught me how to appreciate things, appreciate people, appreciate my space, appreciate even my own character. Rising Star has taught me that. And I mean, what is not for you is not for you. But then again, I want to create my own legacy. So therefore, I'm going to go out there, not just stop it right there at Rising Star. I'll
Yeah.
continue.
Well, I noticed that you've been continuing, that you have been doing. And let me tell you, ever since I met Casey, I don't know if there is somewhere that he is shy, but what I know of him is that he's a very confident young man. And that confidence came out on Rising Stars. Him really own it every time he came on the television. Him own the stage, him own the set, him shine, right? And I remember watching a clip. I think the great Steve Harvey came to Jamaica,
Oh, Lord.
and I'm not quite remembering what he said, but who
Oi.
is making it to the stage? Now, Casey. Casey, and he sang, and Mr. Harvey was so impressed. What was that experience like for you?
I said before I wake up this morning, I dream about the man last night. To tell you the honest truth. But I mean, the great Steve Harvey in Jamaica. can't miss that. I mean, it was a surgical retreat for my dad and our family, and we went there. You know, we went to the Iberia Hotel and we stayed there. And he asked me to come at the convention because it was an SMS convention for the surgical workers.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, when we go down there, I mean, I said to myself, say, boy, Casey, you have to sit down, ease yourself, and run up in nothing. Just hold your one. And I mean, at the end of his speech, at the end of his motivational speech, he said, is there any questions? But persons was there asking
So
for
you never feel like you want to
scholarships and
ask
all of
questions,
that.
you feel like you want to go sing.
I
Tonight
mean,
is, you know,
I
and then
sat,
I tell you, is that the kind of attitude that you needed of if make it to that this thing here? Yes,
man, I
yes,
can tell you,
yes,
I
yes.
sat
Not
there
even asking a question, sir. I'm showing you my talent.
I mean, he asked a question and everybody was asking for money and all of that. But I said to myself, I'm not gonna ask you for the money. Even though I mean, this music industry, if you don't have money, your thing are gonna take very long before you
No.
can reach up there. You understand me, Sir Raven? But
Mm-hmm.
I sat in my seat and I asked myself, what would I ask Steve Harvey to give me motivation or to push more, just to hold my space and hold my own in the music industry? And I went there and I got the mic and I said to him, Mr. Steve Harvey, afternoon. My name is Casey Donaldson, and I would like to know, how is it that you personally, and I said, as a singer, I get a lot of demotivational, negative thoughts from a lot of people. Boy, Casey, you can't sing, and boy, Casey, you're not gonna make the money in the music industry, and
No, no,
boy,
that's
Casey,
a straight
you
bad man.
know, your
That is
popularity and
bad
your
man.
fame and all of that. And I said to
Okay.
Steve Harvey, how can I relax myself in a position where I just not think about what people say about me? And I said, how you would do that? Because his story was him grew up in a one car, him living in a one car. And I mean, him got to comedy stories and him comedy. But he said to me, say, can you sing? And I went up there and I did my thing. And I mean, I wasn't trying to impress anybody at all because I know this is what I love and this is what I want to do. And therefore, if I see an opportunity, I will run to it. Not saying that I'm an opportunist, but if an opportunity comes as to where you can get another push in your career and what you love, I mean, go for it and don't make nobody stop you.
Yes, and Casey went up there and took over the stage
And I
like
did
he
my
usually
thing.
does. No, him take over the stage and uh, do what Casey does. And Mr. Harvey was impressed.
Impressed.
Yeah, man. But you're still working on music, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
at this point, yes, we've been talking for a little while. We want to let the audience hear. You have any song you released, or any song that you're working on, anything that you'd love us to hear? Because of course, I haven't heard you sing since Rising Stars. My bad, but
let me drop the lyrics on before me tell you about my music.
no, you don't have no Casey song. I want to hear a
No,
Casey
we can't
song.
drop that yet, man. I
All
mean,
right then,
my
go ahead.
producer and I, we are working on two debut singles right now. And we're trying to, I wanted it because yesterday was my birthday and we were trying to, get the two songs out as soon as possible before my birthday. But I mean, because of coronavirus and we have to social distance sometime and because the funds not there. I
Hmm.
mean, if we just pull back a little bit and if we just go and take a good time and work. I mean, there's a lot of work to do right now. There's a lot of work to be done, and we're doing a lot of work on other singles. But I mean, I want to drop two singles before 2021 done.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to tell you the name. It's a big surprise for everybody. It's a big surprise for everybody. But I mean, we're taking our time and we're doing our own thing, Yeah,
Okay.
big
All
for the
right.
love.
So, all right. We'll love to hear the very sample. Go ahead with the very sample.
Don't you know what love means? Never to say that you're sorry. Oh, yeah. Cause every time you hurt the one you love, like you don't care. No, 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 no. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes. Lighter.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yes. I love the growth. I love the progress you're making. And I know over the years you've also visited a number of our workshops. So I'm pretty confident that are you will navigate this space to the best of your ability,
I
and
will, of course.
the audiences will love you, and you will do extremely, extremely well.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah,
Yeah.
man.